Hello, I'm EnterElysium, and this is my review for Sid Meier's Ace Patrol. Now, Sid Meier's Ace Patrol was originally a mobile game that was released earlier this year for iOS, but it's just been released on Steam, and instead of being the free-to-play microtransaction-supported game that it was on iOS, it is in fact now a full-paid title. In fact, the full price is £6, $10, €10, so everyone in Europe is getting completely screwed, but it's 10% off until the 4th of September. Now, of course, being a mobile game, it's a lot smaller, a lot less involved gameplay. However, I actually think this is it's got a little bit of fun strategicness to it, and I think it's fairly enjoyable, but of course, being a mobile game, it does have a few issues. They're not major, really. And it's up to whether you think it's engaging enough to really be worth that period of your time, as to whether it's really worth that much money. Up to you. You can make that mind up for yourself. I'm gonna just, show you what it's about. Right, so, of course, being a mobile game, this is the options menu. Now, you might have wondered why there's bars on the side of the screen and stuff. Yeah, that'll be because this is the screen and the resolution. There is no resolution setting. You can turn the hex grid on and off, the music on and off, the sound effects on and off. Turn the music off for the moment so you can hear me better. And you're gonna look at the credits and the legal. Awesome. That's absolutely brilliant. There's no options menu, which is annoying. I'd kind of actually like one day a mobile game to actually come to PC and actually do some effort rather than just, oh yeah, we ported the code. Anyway, let's just go new game. Full game, no training missions. And you've got the American, the British, the French and the German. The Americans get pilots recover more quickly from combat injuries. The British pilots can perform an extra high G maneuver. Pilots can avoid capture after forced landing in enemy territory. For the French, and for the Germans, pilots receive a special skill after only 2 victories. Let's pick the French for now. Then you get to put a squadron leader. Critical hits cause engine fires, a long-range shooter, can perform high G maneuvers, escapes from enemy POW counts. Well, the French already have that ability, so I don't know why he's doubling up. I think it's just one of the generic doubling up thingies. Now, these are different every time when you start. I think I'm going to go with the extra high G maneuvers, so I'm going to be Simone Nogessa. Strongheart.
Yes, sir.
Squadron news.
Excellent.
She's been promoted to corporal, learns a new maneuver. And, you've got, you can change your crate here. But, of course, I've just done new games, so there's no new crate. But you unlock new ships, planes as you go along. And they've got little different things, and some of them have got rear-facing machine guns with a separate gunner. And, some of them have got different altitudes that they can go to, and you can choose your accent colour, so let's give her a very fetching yellow. And you can get upgrades depending on, your performance. So, let's give her, the Immelman. I love that. It allows you to, basically you do like an underloop and then a barrel roll. Well, not a barrel roll, it's an aileron roll.
Excellent.
It's a really good way to change direction quickly. And she's been awarded another thing. Ooh, power maneuvers. You get like force landing, climb right, climb left, loop maneuvers, and a full loop. Let's go power maneuvers. Outstanding performance. We get that. It's might be because I've completed a campaign already. I'm not sure why I'm getting all of this stuff. Maybe it's just because your first character gets it. I don't know. But anyway, basically you'll be able to have a look around the base. You'll get to look at your new planes and stuff you unlocked here. Options menu. Baronopedia. Just gives you tips and stuff. Pilots. There we go. That's my nice little group of pilots. Aren't they special? Let's select a mission, right? And you've got missions you can select, and you've got blue ones which are defense missions, and you've got red ones which are attack missions, and then you get I think yellow ones which are special missions that pop up and they're worth extra bonus points. And then, the number of points you get in the missions in a certain, campaign, or at least season in a campaign, determines whether you win that season. And then the one who wins, the most seasons wins the campaign. So, leading enemy ace pilot has been spotted in our sector. Same score. Sudden breaking the clouds left our new tanks vulnerable. While refueling, the enemy can expect to attack this tempting target. Learn some road. Unusual large convoys crossing the enemy sector. Ooh, it's worth double points. Well, we're going for that. Sign pilots. We can select 2 pilots. So we select Simone, because, she's our awesome person. This is, I guess, our second in command. She's not like a level or anything. Like we've got level 3 here, but she's got loop, so we'll take her. Actually,
Yes,
we're going on a difficult-ish mission, so let's fly next mission. And here you go. You see your little planes, and you've got your 2 guys, and that's what we're up against. So only 2 guys there. You got your little health there. It's alright, that's the what we got to hit. That's the enemy. And this is how it works. This is basically a hex grid. And your altitude is determined by the number of arrows. Now some maneuvers, like if I did the Ullman, that loses me height. You can see it says lose altitude, and it also, like, the arrow goes down on that thing. There's like climb ones, but we're at our maximum altitude, so we can't climb any further, but they go up, you know, obviously. So you've got like dive right, which is like a quick maneuver to go right, but it'll lose your altitude. And when you're like at the bottom of your altitude, you don't have as many options, which is a really good way of actually like simulating it, I think. Like a lot of games you find that are trying to do some sort of 3D aspect to their game kind of bungle the mechanics quite a lot and make it overly complicated or just plain naff. Now in, you know, aerial warfare, especially like in World War I and World War II, altitude is like a really important aspect because it gives you, well, more maneuverability. It's easier to go down than it is up, so you can easily attack a target below you, whereas for a target below you to attack you, it's much harder. And this game's like, this is a really good way of simulating it. Now, right, I think I'm just going to go straight forwards here. The enemy's there, and now these red bits that they have surrounded are like their bases and stuff, and they've got flak emplacements, so we don't really want to get involved in them if we don't have to. They do only a little bit of damage, but, you know, it's still damage. It's not ideal. Now they're diving. Yeah, I might just be playing like a little bit, we'll dive right just so you can see like the awesome maneuvers. Right, if we go right as well, we'll intercept it somewhere around here. We go climb. There we go. You've got all these different little maneuvers, and as you go, of course, like you saw at the beginning, I've unlocked new moves, so now I've got the Immelman, and you get so many different awesome maneuvers. Like, I really enjoy how it's simulated that aspect. Now, the way it moves the camera around, and I've got so much screen space outside of this little box that you can see here, that's annoying. I can't see a reason why they just didn't expand the camera view just to make it a bigger box for viewing it on. That just seems a little bit on the lazy side to me. And the way it constantly moves the camera like that. Now, right, we can go there and shoot, we can go there and shoot. This gets us 16% damage, so we'll go for that. 14%. But that puts us having to fly through that, and we don't want to fly through that, so... %36% damage. Oh, I can't pass up 36% damage. So it's level flight. What's the difference between those two? They both says slow. His engine's on fire. That means damage per turn. And basically when they get to half health, a special thing will kick in. Oh, he's turned around rather sharpish. Didn't expect that. Right, so we've just flown forward rather fast. We're in the flat cloud, so we're taking a little bit of damage. Dive to catch up, but also allows us to kill that one off. Now they're behind us. This is a problem. But, you know, we've got a trick up our sleeve.
Mission accomplished.
We've accomplished the mission. Now we can leave. Or we can, you know, stay. And there's a nice variety of missions in this. I wouldn't say there's loads. And you do get forced to do several of the same ones if you want to go for the actual, you know, decent scoring ones. Boom! Now the graphics aren't great, of course, because it is basically a mobile port. But, you know, you pay what you get for. You get what you pay for. That's the term. However, of course, it isn't just nothing. It is actual, like, $10, €10, which is a complete rip-off. And £6, 10% off until the 4th of September. So it's up to you whether you really want to spend that much. I think it's fun, and I do like the way they've like simulated a lot of these little things. He's going to crash eventually, so I just need to keep him going. His engine's on fire, so he's taking damage per turn. Da, 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 da. There we go. And you see, this is the offensive, which is like the season thing I was talking about. You get the points from each one, then at the end you tally up who's won. And then you get second season, third season, fourth season, offensive, whatever. And then at the end you get like win, loss, medium loss. It'll go, oh, you won just, or it was a tie. And then it tells you basically what the campaign is. And it also gives you top scorers, because, you know, that was built into the mobile version, and of course you really want to know who got the top score around the world in this mission. I guess some people maybe do. Anyway, because we took less than 50% damage to any of our aircraft, we got a upgrade, and you can get 4 upgrades per person, so of course we're going to put it on our ace. Now we could put it on the other buff then, but you know, I tend to put it on the ace because when you get a 1 pilot mission, you want that pilot to be amazing. So, there we go. And that's pretty much all there is to it. It's not a complicated game by any means. But there is some nice subtlety in this stuff like clouds, that basically you can't shoot people in clouds, but they also give you limited options for maneuvers when you're in clouds. It's kind of nice. I like the mechanics. I like how it works. But it is a little bit naff if we compare it to, you know, other games, computer games. That's because it came through a mobile port. The resolution is annoying as hell. You can put it full screen, which solves a lot of the problems of clicking off the screen, which I've done occasionally when I haven't got it on full screen, because the box is so goddamn tiny. And ultimately, I get a little bit annoyed. I think they could have put effort into just making the camera port bigger, viewing the larger area. It wouldn't have been hard to do, I can't imagine, unless they've coded it in some bizarre way. But yeah, that's my opinion. I hope I've given you enough facts to make up your own opinion, because of course it's down to everyone on whether they like this sort of stuff and if they think it's worthwhile spending this much money for this game. Personally, I like it. I find it amusing. Probably worth the money in my opinion, but probably not if you're in Europe. I don't know. You do get screwed quite hard if you're in Europe for this one. But yeah, cool. I've been EnterElysium. I hope you enjoyed the review. Tell me what you liked or didn't like about the review, what aspects of it, you know, you found most interesting or poignant, and also, you know, just your opinions on the game and stuff. Put it in the comments below. If you find the review useful at all, like. If you're not subscribed and you think that reviews or whatever might be helpful for my channel because you like the style in which I do them, then subscribe. Cool. And I'll see you next time, guys. Stay shiny.